Gather round, hunters. This is the story of Fatalis, the black dragon whose name strikes fear into the hearts of even the bravest hunters, and how he almost didn't make it into Monster Hunter World. The legend of Fatalis begins in the kingdom of Schrade, that once prospered under the shadow of a massive castle, its people living in peace and harmony until the arrival of the black dragon. His eyes glowing like embers, and scales molted from the armor of hunters who failed against him, Fatalis descended upon the land like a harbinger of doom, turning the entire kingdom to ash overnight. Fatalis is one of, if not the most iconic and fearsome monsters in the Monster Hunter series. He's a black dragon known for its power and destructive capabilities. Fatalis has appeared in several Monster Hunter games and is often portrayed as a legendary dragon only known about through children's nursery rhymes. Fatalis is a large dragon with black scales that weigh a ton because it melts the armor of hunters to its scales as his makeshift armor. He has glowing red eyes and emits an aura of pure darkness. Fatalis is renowned for his incredible strength, resilience, and elemental attacks. He's the strongest monster in the Monster Hunter series, lore-wise and number-wise. He can breathe fire, unleash devastating explosions, and use its massive claws and tail to crush his foes. His attacks can cause massive damage and pose a significant threat to even the most seasoned hunters. In the lore of the Monster Hunter universe, Fatalis is often depicted as an ancient and legendary creature that has brought ruin to civilizations and kingdoms. It is said to be capable of wiping out entire armies and laying waste to entire regions overnight. Hunting Fatalis is considered one of the ultimate challenges in the Monster Hunter series. It requires careful planning, skillful execution, and powerful equipment to stand a chance against this formidable foe. Fatalis hunts often involve epic battles that push hunters to their limits. Defeating Fatalis allows players to craft some of the most powerful and coveted armor and weapons in the game. Fatalis gear is highly sought after for its exceptional stats, unique designs, and ability to customize the armor through decorations. Overall, Fatalis is a legendary monster that epitomizes the thrill and challenge of the Monster Hunter series. He remains one of the most memorable and iconic creatures in the franchise, feared by hunters and revered for his unmatched power. Fatalis holds significant importance within the Monster Hunter series for several reasons. He's one of the most iconic and recognizable monsters. His distinct appearance, which is simply equivalent to a fairy tale dragon, but with the other outlandish monsters in the game, it makes his simplicity stand out. And his legendary status has made it a symbol of challenge and achievement within the series. Fatalis represents the ultimate challenge for hunters. Battles are known to be difficult, requiring precise strategy, mastery of game mechanics, and powerful equipment to overcome. Hunting Fatalis is often seen as a rite of passage for veteran hunters and a true test of skill within the Monster Hunter community. Fatalis is a cornerstone of the lore of the Monster Hunter universe too. It's often depicted as an ancient and legendary force that has brought destruction to civilizations and kingdoms. The lore, rumors, and conspiracy add depth to the game world and contribute to the sense of adventure when hunting Fatalis. Defeating Fatalis is not only a test of skill, but also a highly rewarding accomplishment. The materials obtained from slaying Fatalis allow players to craft some of the most powerful armor and weapons in the game. These rewards serve as badges of honors for the hunters who have triumphed over one of the most formidable foes in the Monster Hunter series. It's also said that wearers of the Fatalis gear eventually go mad, and it's rumored that they become the dragon themselves. Fatalis hunts often foster a sense of camaraderie and community within the Monster Hunter player base. Players often team up with friends or fellow hunters to tackle the challenge together, sharing strategies, tips, and experiences along the way. The shared experience of facing off against Fatalis creates memorable moments for the players. In the Monster Hunter series, players have the opportunity to face off against Fatalis in several games. The original Monster Hunter game introduced Fatalis as one of the most challenging monsters in the series. Players could encounter Fatalis in Castle Schrade area in the original Monster Hunter game online. Fatalis made its appearance in the expanded version of Monster Hunter Freedom, known as Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Players can hunt Fatalis in the Gathering Hall quests. Fatalis returned in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate as part of the G-Rank quests, posing a significant challenge to the hunters who ventured into his lair. Fatalis also appears in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, the expanded version of Monster Hunter Generations, and as in previous iterations, defeating Fatalis in this game yields powerful armor and weapons. Each encounter with Fatalis in these games present a monumental challenge, testing the skills, preparation, and determination of players as they strive to overcome one of the most legendary monsters in the Monster Hunter universe. However, because Monster Hunter World is considered a soft reboot of the series, the fight that's in Iceborne and that we're going to talk about today is actually considered the first time that hunters will come across Fatalis within the game lore. In hindsight, Monster Hunter World and its expansion Iceborne was and is the perfect home for a modern Fatalis fight. You might be saying to yourself that this was planned all along, but as a matter of fact, Fatalis was originally not planned to be in Monster Hunter World, and the legend would just continue into the next generation. However, during the 15th anniversary of Monster Hunter, Capcom released a few promotional images showing high-definition monsters and dragons from over the years, and Fatalis was pictured. They also updated the content of the Japanese website to show a better shot at high-definition Fatalis. The community went mad. They thought it was a sure shot that Fatalis was coming to Iceborne. However, this was just a promotional image for the 15th anniversary of Monster Hunter. But the community's reaction to this image would change the legend of Fatalis, as due to the high fan reaction, Capcom decided to add Fatalis as a final update to Monster Hunter World Iceborne. On August 28, 2020, to kick off the live stream covering the final update to Monster Hunter World in Iceborne, the players learn about a new challenge coming, a true final fight for Monster Hunter World.
Let's get right to it. Please take a look at this.
Hunters, your attention.
So what we're up against isn't a monster. It's actually history.
Weapons from its last stand are still on site. We knew the stakes and battled hard, but were ultimately outmatched.
It's the commission. They're finally here.
We'll buy everyone some time to escape.
Hang on. No way.
Well, there you have it. We're happy to announce that this update will finally see the return of the legendary Elder Dragon, Fatalis.
During this same live stream, we learned that Fatalis actually wasn't originally planned for Monster Hunter World in Iceborne. The legend was set to continue into the next generation. However, due to the response the community had to the promotional images using that updated look at Fatalis, the devs decided to give hunters the final fight of Monster Hunter World, which would become Fatalis.
And Fatalis, the centerpiece of this developer diary, wasn't a lock when Iceborne started development, right?
That's right. Last year was the 15th anniversary of the series, and we decided that we wanted to show off Fatalis for the first time in a while. Well, as you might expect when bringing out something from the past, the old assets were dated and were kind of hard to use, even after touching them up in CG. So we decided to properly recreate Fatalis for the 15th anniversary, and it completely went viral on the internet. It was a huge hit, and we thought, okay, well, we can't not put it in the game now, so I asked Daisuke to make it happen. And he made sure that all the teams could handle the work. These 2 years interacting with the fans has been really enjoyable.
Fatalis serves as the cherry on top of Monster Hunter World in several ways. He represented the ultimate challenge for players in Monster Hunter World. His addition to the game marked the culmination of the player's journey, offering a final fight to overcome. Fatalis' arrival signaled the apex of the game's content and provided a fitting climax to the Monster Hunter World experience. Fatalis has also been a fan favorite monster since his introduction. Its inclusion in Monster Hunter World served as fan service, satisfying longtime players who've stuck with the game, and for many fans, encountering Fatalis in Monster Hunter World was a nostalgic experience that harkened back to the earlier games in the series. With the addition of Fatalis, Monster Hunter World's endgame content was expanded significantly. Fatalis hunts offered players a new and challenging experience to tackle after completing the main story and previous endgame content. His arrival provided additional depth and longevity to the game, keeping players engaged and invested in the Monster Hunter World experience. Defeating Fatalis in Monster Hunter World was a highly rewarding accomplishment for players. The materials obtained from slaying Fatalis allowed players to craft powerful armor and weapons, offering a sense of achievement and progression. Overcoming Fatalis' challenges served as a badge of honor for hunters and a testament to their skill and dedication. Overall, after going up against Fatalis myself and taking him out, he's become one of my favorite video game bosses to square up against. His inclusion in Monster Hunter World served as a cherry on top of the game by offering players the ultimate challenge, satisfying the fan expectations, expanding the endgame content, and providing a rewarding and memorable moment that enhanced the overall Monster Hunter World experience for players.